People know very little about Stephen Curry because he is one of the most famous and celebrated athletes of the 21st century. However, there are a few things that people do not know about Stephen Curry. Curry is a subject of intense public scrutiny, both in his personal and professional life. However, every once in a while, something about his life emerges that his admirers frequently overlook, despite the fact that Curry is widely regarded as the greatest shooter in the history of the sport. In this video, we are going to take a look at a few of these interesting facts. 1. Both Steph Curry and LeBron James were delivered at the same hospital when they were babies. Some individuals might be taken aback by this particular finding. Both LeBron James and Stephen Curry trace their roots back to the city of Akron, Ohio, where they were both born. His father, Del Curry, had a long and successful career in the National Basketball Association, NBA, and at the time, he was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were both born in the same hospital, to be more specific, Akron General Medical Center, which is an interesting coincidence. On the other hand, Curry spent the majority of his formative years in Charlotte, North Carolina, while his father was a member of the Charlotte Hornets basketball team. 2. He admits that he has a serious addiction to popcorn. Not only did Steph Curry inherit his father's talent for shooting, but he also might have inherited his father's passion for popcorn. Steph Curry is a member of the Golden State Warriors basketball team. The 31-year-old man, who takes after his father in his love of gorging on popcorn, compiles and monitors popularity rankings for each of the 30 NBA arenas. Steph has even gone to the extent of rating the different varieties of popcorn on a scale ranging from 0 to 5, with freshness, saltiness, crunchiness, butter, and presentation serving as the 5 criteria for evaluation. The American Airlines Arena, which is the home of the Dallas Mavericks, has received the highest score from Curry, at the total of 24, while the Staples Center, which is the home of the Los Angeles Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers, has received the lowest score with a total of 10. 3. He plays golf with great passion. Steph Curry takes a serious approach to the game of golf. During the offseason, the babyface assassin is known to regularly compete in golf tournaments when he can find the time. In numerous interviews, he has stated that he has often considered switching to a career in golf if he had not been given the opportunity to play basketball. In connection with this topic, Curry has even gone on to play golf with notable figures such as Barack Obama. 4. He enjoys a productive working relationship with President Barack Obama. Going to the White House and shaking hands with the President of the United States becomes an everyday occurrence when you've won the NBA championship 3 times in a row. On the other hand, this allows you to get to know them and their families better. In a similar vein, Steph Curry is able to keep a cordial relationship with President Barack Obama thanks to the widespread acclaim he enjoys. Curry enjoys engaging in friendly competition with former United States President Barack Obama in the game of golf, whenever the two of them have the opportunity to spend time together. 5. As a young child, he was featured in an advertisement for Burger King. To say the least, being the son of a prominent NBA player can be a rewarding experience in and of itself. Steph Curry appeared in television commercials and sat courtside with famous NBA players at an age when most children his age were preoccupied with playing video games. As a result of the notoriety of his father, he was given the opportunity to appear in a Burger King commercial alongside his father. 6. Muggsy Bogues was always his favorite player when he was a kid. Stephen Curry was a skinny kid, so he was almost always the underdog when he was growing up. This did not discourage him, however, as he looked up to Tyrone Muggsy Bogues, who held the record for being the shortest player in NBA history at 5'3". Steph admired the former NBA point guard, who was known for his ability to blow past his opponents more than anyone else in the world, including his own father. 7. Meg's $14 billion mistake. The vast majority of Curry's fans are unaware that he began his career wearing shoes manufactured by Nike and that he did not begin wearing shoes manufactured by Under Armour until 2013. But not before the infamous contract with Nike was presented to him. Not only did they spell his name incorrectly as Stephen, but they also made no effort to modify the PowerPoint presentation for Curry. It had been designed specifically for Kevin Durant. The fact that many of the top executives were absent from the meeting only made matters more difficult. At this point, Stephen Curry had already made up his mind to part ways with Nike. 8. The name Stephen comes from his middle name. The majority of Curry's supporters think that Stephen is actually his first name. Nevertheless, not only does he inherit the ability to shoot accurately from his father, but also the man's name. Due to the fact that his father's name is Wardell Stephen Curry I, people commonly refer to him as Del Curry. Stephen Curry is the name commonly used in the NBA to refer to his son, Wardell Stephen Curry II. 9. I am capable of everything. Stephen Curry is a man of deep faith in Christianity who makes no secret of the fact that he is a Christian and does not hide his beliefs. He writes, "I can do all things on the tongue of each pair of Under Armour sneakers before each game." These words are taken from the Bible, specifically Philippians 4:13, which can be found in the New Testament. "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." This practice has been performed by the former most valuable player in the league ever since he was a student athlete at Davidson. 10. Mouth guards worn by Steph Curry. When it comes to collecting memorabilia directly associated with NBA players, loyal fans are willing to take the necessary precautions. After all, they bring in a good amount of money for them. Just ask Stephen Curry about it. His mouth guards that were used during games have been sold for thousands of dollars, with one of them worn during Game 4 of the 2018 NBA Finals, having an expected value of $25,000. That's a pretty steep price to pay for a used mouthpiece, to be honest. 11. A church group was where he first encountered Aisha. Steph and Aisha Curry are without a doubt one of the most well-known couples in the history of the NBA. It's possible that you've already read that these two were high school sweethearts. In fact, they met when Steph was only 15 years old. It turns out that the future power couple first met when they were kids in the same church group. We tried to find evidence that this was a case of love at first sight, but we were unsuccessful. However, we believe that this was the case. It's common knowledge that Steph and Aisha are both committed Christians, therefore it is only appropriate that the beginning of their union took place in a place of worship. 12. He enjoys a good chick flick every now and then. Stephen Curry may be the leader of a star-studded Warriors team, but that does not mean he does not have a sensitive side. The fact that he is the alpha dog on this team does not mean he does not have a soft side. This manifests itself in the form of a chick flick every once in a while. According to urban legend, The Princess Diaries and A Walk to Remember are two of Curry's all-time favorite films. This is a factually supported rumor. 13. If he commits more than 3 turnovers, his mother will charge him a fine of $100 per infraction. Your mother will always have the ability to keep you in perspective, regardless of how successful you become. After witnessing her son make an unacceptable number of turnovers during a game a few years ago, Sonia and her son came to an agreement that stipulates her son is required to pay her $100 per turnover if he makes at least 3 turnovers during a game. She cashes in at the end of the season and hands him a list of various items of clothing to choose from. He has admitted that it does have an impact on his play, saying that it keeps me on edge every game. This may not seem like a significant amount to someone who earns over $11 million per year. I just know that she's going to send me a text or come up with some clever comeback about what she's going to buy with all of the money she got from me. Although Steph's career to this point has seen him commit an average of 3.2 turnovers per game, there are a great number of other high-profile players who could benefit from this arrangement. That's for you, Russell Westbrook.